Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going through the brand new constructed event. This is Pandemonium Constructed. So the idea behind this event is it's a 5-2 kind of win rate, so we'll probably be going somewhere around there. But the actual reason to play this one, this rule over here, the Pandemonium emblem, and it says whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If you like a world where creatures like damaging each other, bring your deck, because this event is for you. Well, I don't like that. And as is tradition on this channel, we're going to do things a little differently. And when I say differently, we're not really going to be playing by this rule. We're actually going to be playing a deck we've played once before on the channel, Boardwipe Tribal. It contains 0 creatures. So, the idea is that we're going to be preying upon the people who are trying to use that emblem. They want to be dealing damage to creatures with their creatures. We don't really want to be doing that. So, all we're going to be doing for the entirety of the game is wiping the board. So we have the best wipes in the standard format at the moment. We have 3 copies of Deafening Clarion for 3 damage to each creature. We have the infamous Settle the Wreckage, which exiles all attacking creatures and then gives them that many basic lands. We also have Cleansing Nova, which is a Destroy All Creatures card, the best of the wipes, personally. But it also has the secondary ability as well to destroy all artifacts and enchantments. This is probably a few occasions when we might do that, but for the most part, we do have a fair few enchantments and artifacts ourselves, so we want to be straying away from that unless absolutely necessary. And then finally, we also have Star of Extinction, which is a 7-mana board wipe. Destroys a land as well, so if we have any pesky-ass canters, we can take care of those. Deals 20 damage to each creature and Planeswalkers, so this is also our Planeswalker removal in the deck. We also have Ixalan's Bindings for the Planeswalkers and anything else that we want to be taking care of. And in order to actually get to all of these wipes, we have 4 copies of Gift of Paradise, which gains us 3 life and turns a land into a add 2 mana. We also have Grow from the Ashes as well, which is 3 mana, get a basic land untapped, but we can kick it for 5 mana in total to actually get 2 untapped lands. So we could actually maybe kick a Grow into a board wipe or something like that, if that's something we're interested in. As far as winning the game is concerned, it's pretty simple. We have 4 copies of Banefire. We're going to be using these in the late game once we've sufficiently wiped our opponent's board and killed their soul. Red and an X. Banefire deals X damage to any target. If X is 5 or more, this spell can't be countered and the damage can't be prevented. So there's not much control in this format, so we shouldn't really need the uncounterability of it, but you know, it is still the best X spell, really, in the format. And finally, we also have our Dawn of Hope Fountain of Renewal combo. Dawn of Hope is a 2-mana enchantment that says whenever you gain life, you can pay 2 to draw a card. But the win-con side of it is actually the generating soldiers part there. The 3 and a white to generate a 1/1 soldier creature token with lifelink. In the Pandemonium event, that actually does allow us to deal 1 damage to a creature. It is the emblem that deals damage. We got a few people tripped up on that one during the event. I had to double check it myself, but yes, it is the emblem that deals damage, so this isn't a source of life linking with the tokens, unfortunately. But in combination with the Dawn of Hope as well, we have the Fountain of Renewal. Gives us 1 life at the beginning of each upkeep, which allows us to trigger that first ability on Dawn of Hope to essentially allow us to draw 2 cards per turn, draw out of any predicament we might find ourselves in. If we don't need the life gain, then we can pay 3 to cycle a Fountain of Renewal. And finally, we have treasure maps as well for the same reason, to get us out of any pickle we want. The idea behind this deck is you want to take either a pretty heavy land hand, just so that you make your land drops consistently, or have a castable treasure map. Those are the basic prerequisites to starting with your hand in this game. So, we played this on stream the other day, and we ended up going 3-2, but one of those was down to a mana screw, and I think the other one was down to a punt on my part, so it was definitely winnable. I think this deck is definitely capable of a 5-0 in this format, so let's see if we can get one today, shall we? Without further ado, let's get into the Pandemonium event, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're in with a castable treasure map. We don't really have that much of a great hand other than that, but if we hit our land drops consistently, we're also on the draw. We can get to this Star of Extinction before we die, I think. Fountain of Renewal is also quite nice as well to buy us some time to get us there. Alright, we're up against the green deck, which is kind of the best possible deck to come up against in this format for us, because it's very creature focused, which we prey upon. Okay, I'm gonna go some Petal Grove here so that I can play the Dawn of Hope. Start drawing 2 cards a turn. It's better than basically scrying with a treasure map, I think, at this stage. Though we might want to maybe disregard the first draw just so we can get our treasure map down. I think that actually works out a little bit better. It's like we play our treasure map and we shock this in if we need to. Which allows us to... oh, well, some Petal Grove there. It allows us to do the end step and upkeep scry and also draw for the turn. So I think this just works out a little bit better for our hand. There's a Vigilant Baloth. Getting that Pandemonium effect in there by not hitting our creatures. Good stuff. But yeah, we do need to work towards our Boardwipe now. Unless we want to just binding this creature. I think we can afford to take some damage first before I want to think about that. And I'm going to bottom this just in case we get a better Boardwipe. Clifftop Retreat. Yeah, we'll bottom it. We're going to flip this treasure map, which gets us towards the Star of Extinction anyway. So let's resolve that. Let's draw a card. Second card for the turn. Ooh, Grow from the Ashes is pretty good. Means we don't have to rely on treasures later down the line. And then we'll play a Sacred Foundry tapped. Let's get that upkeep scry as well for the treasure map. It will flip and allow us to play Star of Extinction. So if our opponent commits to the board with something horrible like a Golter, we'll be able to take it out. Alright, so treasure map. Ooh, a Settle the Wreckage. So we get 3 treasures here. We've got 4 here. We lose all of our treasures using Star of Extinction, but I could hold up and Settle the Wreckage just by paying 2 mana here, so I think I'll do that. Opponent's good gaming us. Time to be really suspicious. Oop, main phase. I'm just going to shock in my Sacred Foundry and pass. What could possibly go wrong, opponent? Good game. Blanchwood Armor. Oh no, not a 1919. That's what you get for being cocky. Don't disrespect the Settle the Wreckage. Oops. Never. Oh. That was game 1 then. Never disrespect the Settle the Wreckage. Now, I'm not one for a good game BM before a Settle the Wreckage, but he kind of set it up. So, who was I to not set it up for him so that I could just knock it all down? Yeah, 1-0. Okay, let's go for another game. Okay, we're in, and we actually have a reasonable hand. It's a turn 2 treasure map, possibly into a turn 3 Gift of Paradise, and we have plenty of wipes for the early game as well that are castable, which is good. Well, mostly. Alright, let's just drop a Rootbound Crag. We don't know if this is actually going to be able to come into play untapped on turns 2 and 3, so, well, on turn 3. Healer's Hawk, eh? Interesting. So it's between Rootbound Crag now so that we can Gift of Paradise later. Or do we just treasure map? I think we treasure map. We're in no real rush, so I might as well work towards flipping this map. Setting up the top of our drawers so that we can get lands, because that's all we really need at this stage. Fresh-faced recruit. Alrighty then. Okay, upkeep. Gift of Paradise we're going to put to the bottom. I actually just want straight up lands. Well. That'll do, I suppose. Okay, this upkeep is definitely going to go get us another land. That's what we're hunting for, because then we can go land into Gift of Paradise. And our opponent's setting up a really nice board wipe for us here. Don't want that. I want a land. And I want it now. Thank you. Yeah, this kind of works out. I just want to ramp up. Pay 2. to gain 3. We're at 15. Can our opponent kill us with heroic reinforcements? I should probably check that. Well, they don't have it, so no problems. And a hunted witness. Alright. I'm debating whether or not I want to find out if they respect the settle the wreckage, but to be honest, we just have a deafening clarion anyway, so I don't really need to find out if they respect it or not. So I think I'll just clarion here. Wipe the board, leave them with a 1-1. Yeah, have your 1-1. And then we'll be drawing 2 cards a turn. We're gaining a little bit of life with Gift of Paradise. I'm pretty sure we can't die. I don't think there's a combination they could have. Like, 1-drop would have 4 power. They could have had a 1-drop into a heroic reinforcements. That would have killed us, but looks like they straight up do not have it. Okay. And we'll take 1. We do need to start working fast, though, to actually figure out how to not die. Okay, so let's go Sacred Foundry. Taps. Can I afford to... 3... No, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. I could hold up a Settler Wreckage. Quite possibly. Yeah, let's do that. Why? You saw that, didn't you? Literally highlighted this one. I clicked on this one. It applied it to this one. I'm not losing my mind, am I? It's not just me. I'll have to look at the replay there. Oh, it looks like he's coming all in. Oh boy. Here we go. Come at me. I'm going to have to lose a treasure doing this, unfortunately. Alright, he gets his mentor. That's nice. Yeah, mentoring away. I'll save you the effort. Get settled. Let's settle this once and for all. Ha ha ha. Alright. Enough of that. So yeah, we need some sort of repeatable life gain, i.e. we need our Fountains or our Dawn of Hope. Mostly because we have some stuff that we can't respond to at instant speed, because we have used all of our settles at this point. Well, there's 2 more in the deck, but I can't really expect to see them. So like hasty stuff off the top here is guaranteed to get a hit in, and we really need something that gains us life from turn to turn in order to bypass the downsides of not being able to respond at instant speed. So, I think my opponent has drawn a land, because they are probably roping me. There's not much of a decision to be made here. Oh no, they've got a stalwart. Okay. Also gaining life as well is another way that I can hold off using my board wipes until later. We could hit this with a Banefire. Maybe. Currently we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the Banefire. That's not amazing, but we could go for it. We're not really doing anything is the problem, but yeah, let's do an 8 Banefire to your face. We got 3 more in the deck, so we should be able to get the Banefire kill at the very least. But typically the Dawn of Hope win is actually the one that comes out more than often, because it's hard to take a turn off with Banefire sometimes. You really have to wait until they have like a double land pocket or something like that. True Fire Captain. Well, I best not use my Star of Extinction now, had I? Let's Cleansing Nova that right now, before my opponent top decks a star of their own. Alright, pass the time. But yeah, we really want to be getting like 2-for-1s. We don't really want to 1-for-1 our opponent. There's the land pocket. We draw another board wipe. Okay. An instant speed one as well. So we want to save this one for anything that actually comes in at instant speed. So my opponent can actually pump this up to a lethal amount, so it does demand that I answer it. I don't... Oh. Yeah. He's just reminding me that this banneret means business. Ooh, a binding. That'll do. Get bound. He's too crazy for me, guys. I just have to bind him down, because, you know, for his own sake. That creates a dead card in my opponent's deck as well, because no doubt they're running more than one banneret, actually. There's only one dead card if he's running all four. Forgot we'd already settled a fair few. It's hard to keep track of everything that's been wiped throughout the game. We've wiped 3 times so far. There's our Fountain of Renewal. That is likely game if he can't pressure us enough. Just because of the amount of life it'll gain, it'll get us out of any kind of hasty threat here. As well as a Banefire. Quite likely we need to work our way out of that one just in case. You never know. Some people are crazy and they run it in their decks. So the best draw for us now is not a land. It's probably Dawn of Hope. Do I even wipe this? No. I take the chance that he top decks a Banefire. He's already got one for like 9 anyway. Yeah, and now I can Nova, or even Star of Extinction. Probably Star, knowing that he has True Fire Captain in his deck. I want to keep this one for the potential True Fire top deck. Yeah, there's a little bit of skill involved in playing Boardwipe Tribal, you know. You've got to know which board wipes are good in which situations, and we know this one is terrible if he top decks a True Fire. Is basically he turns this card off as an option, so we don't really want that. And we know he might be running Heroic Reinforcements, so we need an instant speed way to respond to that. So there are applications for our wipes. Some bad, some good. It's like right now, Deafening Clarion's like the best board wipe for this deck in most cases, because he might have things that are bigger than a Clarion, but doesn't in this case. We actually found a treasure map, which is pretty good. It's not the card that we need, but it will help us find it. Another Legionnaire. Okay, we can afford to take 4, I think. Let's just see what's on top. I mean, if there's another Settle on top, another Ixalan's Binding. We will bottom that. We are looking for our win cons at this stage. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll go down to 6. You can only 5 me on the Banefire right now. Then we go up to 7. Bottom the land. And I think we'll Cleansing Nova at this point. Or maybe whatever board wipe we get off the top. To grow from the ashes. That's pretty cool. I don't mind that. We still play Cleansing Nova. We get 2 basics out of our deck, ramping us up. And wow, it's the last 2 basics. Okay. Nova. Oh, man. And then we'll pass the turn. We can start drawing cards with Treasure Map next turn as well. So we're back on the 2 cards a turn train. There's a land pocket. It's just what we like to see. I think he's actually still got one in hand. Unless this is just a win. You never know. I think with this deck, pretty much every game is winnable. As long as you don't get mana screwed. As I said, this deck can lose to itself a little bit. Just by missing land drops or missing colours. If your opponent aggroes you out really quickly and you've only drawn like some Petal Groves and you have like your Deafening Clarions, then that's one situation when you run out, but you can mitigate that by basically being quite strict with your hands. So kind of aggressively mulligan to make sure that you have either your treasure maps or your Gift of Paradises to ramp or something like that. Mostly you just need a way of cycling through the chaff and staying alive. Okay. So, treasure map. Show me the money. Should also point out as well, I might not do the entire league for this video, because I do want to have a reasonable... Oh, hello. I thought he was going to do something there. I want to bottom that wipe, I think. Just because we're likely to draw another one anyway. And I want my Dawn of Hope or my win cons. Another Banefire, something like that. Will do me just fine. So draw a card. That's the star that we tried to bottom. That's fine. All of these cards that we're bottoming as well, we can, if we want them from the bottom of our deck, we can pretty much just play a Grow from the Ashes for 0 profit, just for the shuffle effect, essentially. So, play a land for the turn, and pass. But yeah, a reasonable time for these videos, because sometimes you can enter these periods where it's just land, 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 land kind of thing. So they can drag on a little bit on occasion. But we'll see. If we can close this game out soon, that'd be cool. It is basically won just so long as my opponent doesn't stack up an insane amount of burn right now. I'm not sure what they're stacking up, but it might just be a big metric ton of creatures waiting for heroic reinforcements, so they might be trying to combo together a few cards. That's what he's doing says to me. That or they're just really sick of having their board wiped. And there's Dawn of Hope. Okay, so that is probably good game if they can't deal with this. Because now we can start making 1/1 tokens. We can also use them to block our opponent's creatures as well. We only know of like Legionnaire and Healer's Hawk as the only creatures that can actually get us over the Dawn of Hope. So yeah, we just start token spamming now. And in Pandemonium fashion, this is actually going to clear the board as well. 1 damage. 2 damage. Integrity? Okay, he's staying alive. So he actually has pump spells in his hand. Makes sense. Well, it's not going to stop us making tokens. There we go. And we'll draw for the turn. There's Banefire. Okay. Let's play our untapped lands. And, I mean, we'll just swing, really. I mean, we could actually... Yeah, we could Dawn of Hope token to clear the way, I suppose. This deck shouldn't really be running wipes, but who knows. There we go. And if it does run a wipe, we have a little bit of mana left open, actually, to produce a 1/1 in return. I don't really need to draw anything. This game's over. We're at 13 now, so we're getting out of Banefire range. And my opponent realizes that there is no hope, because the hope is for us. Alright. Pretty good. 2-0. Let's go for another one. Okay, we're in. We do have the turn 2 treasure map. Also, a Dawn of Hope is nice, and a Gift of Paradise. This hand's fine. I don't really need to see the Banefire. I'd rather it be a board wipe or more ramp, but we'll take it as it is. Adventurous Impulse. Okay, what are we working with? Dinos. Okay. Another popular one, because mostly Enrage is a thing, so if someone in Pandemonium's your Enrage creature, you get some benefit from it. It seems like the go-to deck anyway for this format. So they get their Huntmaster down. We are just going to Clifftop Retreat into Treasure Map. And I'll have that upkeep Scry, because I can also play the Sunpetal Grove here to play the Dawn of Hope. So I'm not just scrying for the turn, I am actually progressing the board a little bit. Getting in for 2. Alrighty then. More lands? More lands are good. We do need them. We already have our board wipe anyway. I get the sneaky suspicion that my opponent is the type to all attack into a board state. But we'll see. Regisaur Alpha. Ooh. Okay. No upkeep for us. We need to play this Rootbound Crag and pass, holding up Settle the Wreckage. This is not a board state that you want to mess with. Just for 3? Sure. Go for it. So they respect Settle the Wreckage. Good to know. We get a flipped treasure map, and then we can wipe the board. I don't need that. I actually just need a land. That's kind of cool. It keeps Regisaur Alpha in play, though. I think I just want to land. I want the Star of Extinction. Draw. Or a Cleansing Nova. That works. I suppose. Destroy all creatures. Alright. Might be in a pickle. Opponent got off to a really good start there. They have another ability to give their dinos haste. I could actually Banefire that for 2. Because it is a cost reduction. It might be pinching their mana a little bit. So let's Gift of Paradise the Rootbound Crag. Say no. I think we just Banefire that for 2. And hope that that is actually keeping them from casting their cards. They found a land drop and they passed, so maybe it is. They might also be just a little afraid to jump into anything. Fountain's really good there. So we get down the Fountain, which is 2 cards a turn now from this point forward, and we can also make a token with Dawn of Hope to block a hasty creature, should we have one. Ranging Raptors is annoying. We're still going to make a token. You never know if we want to attack through. They get to ramp, which is whatever. Okay. Let's get our manas. And play this. I think we'll just bind the Ranging Raptors here. It's not an Enrage card that I really want to be dealing with. And we'll play another Fountain. Just mana efficient. I don't think my opponent's going to be doing anything scary to me on this turn. You never know though. They could have something like a Gishath. Burning Sun's Avatar. Okay. 3 to us, 3 to a creature. And 6 damage from the Pandemonium as well, which is kind of cool. Okay. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could cut them off of green and kill Burning Suns. I actually kind of like that idea. Yeah, let's decline this. Like, if we get like a Monstrosaur or something like that, we don't have to worry. It's not going to kill us, and then we can settle it later. So yeah, let's cut them off green. Pass the turn. We just need to find our window for these Banefires, but likelihood is that it might actually just be a Dawn of Hope win. Let's just draw out of any possible outs that our opponent could have. Deafening Clarion, not the best of wipes. And a Dawn of Hope, plus a Cleansing Nova. Okay. Let's pass. Gonna make a Dawn of Hope token. We'll pick Huntmaster. Okay. Without the green, though, we do... Yeah, we stop them from casting a lot of stuff, and we're gaining 2 life a turn. Gaining another one from our Dawn of Hope token, which we're happy to suicide in. Okay, so we're actually 3-1. I did lose a game down to not drawing any lands, so it lost to itself, as I mentioned. It is known to do on occasion, but 3-1 is not too bad. As soon as we get to 400, it's basically all of our reward money right back. So if we gain 1 more win here, then we have gone even with a little bit of benefit as well from the rare and uncommon not wildcards, ICRs. But if we don't, then we've basically paid 100 gold for a rare, which I think is fine. It's a fine cost. So yeah, let's go for maybe 1 last game, but optimistically 2 more games. Let's see. Okay, we're in, and this hand looks gorgeous. We have 1 Boardwipe, which is probably all that we're going to need. We also have Treasure Map on 2, which we can do like Grow from the Ashes on 3 and have the untapped mana to scry with, so it's pretty good. I like it. Nice mana distribution as well. We have all of our colours. We can cast any wipe that we draw, as long as we have the exact count of mana required. And there's a Temple Garden for tapping, which is pretty cool. Take the opportunity to get that down now. Up against a blue deck. First time in a long time seen a blue deck in this format. Alright, let's play a Clifftop Retreat and Treasure Map. See if my opponent wants to just aggressively start countering things. They're fine to do so if they want. Just means that these board wipes are going to resolve more likely. You can make an argument for countering a treasure map here. See my greedy mana base, you might assume that I need the treasures or I need the ramp. I think that's what they're debating right now. It's also a draw free later down the line. A Syncopate X1. Oh boy. We're in for some fun times apparently. Just plays the land and says go. Okay, so we will probably just Gift of Paradise. See if they want to counter that. Again, doesn't really matter if they do. If they do, then that's one less card for the board wipes. We actually, doing it this way, we actually get a Kicked Grow from the Ashes as well next turn, so... Wizard's Retort, okay. Want to keep us off that ramp. That's all fair and well, but next turn, if this resolves, we have all the mana we are ever going to need. So I really don't know what I'm hoping to get out of this. Let's grow from the Ashes. For the most part, what I would say is I could justify the counter on the treasure map here because it represents draws and ramp, but this, not so much. The general rule is that you shouldn't really counter anything, any ramp. You just counter the thing that they ramp into. And I'm almost at the point where there are uncountable creatures, so if you are trying to stop me from ramping into a Carnage Tyrant, you've almost run out of time and run out of counters. My opponent's just going to make land drops and go, which means that I'm going to make land drops and go. My win con is also uncounterable as well, so it's kind of whatever. I think they're just playing mono counters. Okay, so I could really just bait something out here. I could do a Banefire X3, see if they counter it, which drops down the Dawn of Hope. Might as well, right? Oh no! Oh no, it was counterable. Whatever will we do? You should just let this go. If you know what you're doing, you should let this go. This is clearly bait. Yeah, they let it go. Alright, which means I'm not going to play my Dawn of Hope. If they countered there, I'd be more up for it. But I genuinely think that they are mono counters. Let's play Fountain of Renewal. Oh wow, that resolves so quickly. Which means this Dawn of Hope is as well. Game over. I mean, they could do River's Rebuke, but we already know that unless that top deck is a counter, they have nothing for this. So now they have to start pressuring me because I'm going to start pressuring them. Let's draw for the turn, which allows us to get out of whatever counter war they expect us to go into. And then let's just pass the turn. We now have uncounterable creatures. So, Dawn of Hope. Draw for the turn. I want to draw out of the amount of counters they've got while also adding to the board, so even if I could add some extra tokens here, I'm not going to. Yeah, now I will add. Yeah, okay, we'll add an extra token just to speed up this clock. I don't think I even need to. I think this 1-1 on its own would take me to victory. Or at least a 1-1 at a time. Because unless they're going to add to this board, this game's over. They're holding counters, and I have no reason to play anything into one. So, as long as I hit my land drops, I am cool beans. Swing for 2. Decline, decline. Offer up an easy counter spell if they want it, but mostly we just leave up our Dawn of Hope. And yeah, all of this would have been counterable if they'd have just held off and allowed my ramp to resolve. They could do a little bit of ping in here, that's fine. And it's an 8-4. Which is problematic, in air quotes. Storm Tamer, okay. Let's just make a token and tap out. Actually, I should have done this in response. That's silly of me. That's a pun. Yeah, I should wait till this resolves so that the emblem can touch the Siren Storm Tamer. But it's fine. So we can actually just Banefire the Tempest Djinn. We're going to win with Dawn of Hope anyway. There's nothing that Storm Tamer can do about it. Also, this is bad. Yeah. I got a little excited. I won't lie. I should not get so excited. It'd be fun if they tapped out. That'd be fun. I'd like that a lot. Okay, I can actually X4 this, or X5 this Banefire, right? Yeah, easy. So let's draw for the turn, allowing us to make our land drop. X5 the Tempest Djinn, so it's uncounterable. Cannot be countered. A dive down. Alright. Okay. That works. That works. We do have double Cleansing Nova here as well, which plays around the Storm Tamer, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, my opponent took a really bad mono blue tempo hand. If it took them this long to get a board presence going, we're at 27 right now. So I'm not going to attack. No reason to. Because I'm not going to draw here, I'm just going to scry with my treasure map and try and flip it. Just set up the top of my deck so that I just hit Boardwipe, Boardwipe, Boardwipe. Because eventually I will have to deal with this Tempest Djinn. And it won't be too long, since it is a 9-4. So take 10. We can swing back through with our token to get a little bit of life there. Grow from the ashes, we'll bottom. We don't need any more lands, we're good. And yeah, let's upkeep. Dawn of Hope to the bottom. Already got one, the worst they can do is bounce it. Three, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, we can double Cleansing Nova here. So decline. Draw for the turn. We have another Cleansing Nova. So let's try and swing first. I really just need to take care of this Tempest Djinn, most of all. So wiping the board here is just the easiest way to go about it. I don't really care about my token. Goodbye, Jeremy. You did some serious work, I won't lie. Oh no, the Disdainful Stroke. You have another? They usually have everything. Yeah, have all the Disdainful Strokes. Okay. Fair enough. We're not dead though. Taking 11 at most here. Maybe 12. Miscloaked Herald. Okay. Sure. Down to 9. Let's scry for the turn and flip the map. Another fountain, we can probably just bottom. I think one fountain's fine. I can draw here. Yeah, I can. I'll draw. Ixalan's Binding's kind of cool. Not until the Storm Tamer's gone though, so something to keep in mind. We get a Fountain of Renewal as well. Okay, so let's try to Nova, which gets around that Storm Tamer. So they need a card in hand to deal with this. Does not target any of your creatures or you, so Storm Tamer does not work. We can almost pay for Syncopate. If he has Syncopate, he can do X7. Oh, that would suck. And then if he had a dive down for the Tempest Djinn, that could kill us. He has a dive down. Doesn't understand how that card works. Okay. Or that's just a concede. We can't really be sure. Alright. So I'm not going to play down my fountain here. I'm actually going to crack a treasure to get myself an extra token. And we definitely want to be binding that. I don't want to give my opponent access to any more counter spells, because it's already annoying enough. He says playing Boardwipe Tribal. It's because I play Boardwipe Tribal, chat, that I know what's awful to play against. There we go. Get rid of that. I don't need to see that. Nobody needs to see that. Let's just ramp up a bit. And just get 2 planes. Don't need the forests anymore. Play the fountain. Start swinging. Gaining 2 life a turn for mono blue tempo with no board state is horrible. So we're in a pretty awesome spot. There was 1 last basic left for this grow, so we will use that next turn. Just because we can. There's a Tempest Shin. Okay. I think we have the mana now to actually just produce 4 Dawn of Hope tokens to kill this. So, no troubles there. So I don't need to draw. I have everything that I could possibly ever want. That kind of makes it a little easier. But let's just make 1 token. 1 to you. 2 token. 1 to you. So he has to have a dive down in response to like the last token here. Does he have it? Nope. Goodbye, Tempest Shin. And there's our beaters. Ready to go. Yeah. Our opponent lost there because they had a really slow start. You're supposed to mulligan quite aggressively with mono blue tempo. Because the deck doesn't really do too much without Curious Obsession. It can win on occasion, of course, but for the most part, you want to aggressively mulligan just so that you have your Curious Obsessions and ways to protect a creature. It needs a very specific hand, I think, to be good, so when it doesn't have the specific piece, it's not very good. But they almost got a game out of us, so let's not bring them down too much, but we are 4-1. We have now officially gone even with a little bit of upside. Nice ICR. Pretty cool. Let's go for our final game. Okay, we're in, and this hand has a Dawn of Hope Fountain of Renewal, which is the fixing that we actually need, so that combo alone is good enough. If we're up against a control deck, which there aren't many in this format, I don't think I've ever come across even one. I think Blue Tempo is the closest I've come. So, yeah, let's take this hand. I mean, on the draw as well, we could have our 3rd basic for the Grow from the Ashes. It's a red deck. Okay, so getting down this fountain nice and early is going to be pretty good. It's probably Boros. You don't see much mono red, it's usually just red-white. Ooh, Gift of Paradise is very nice. So let's get down our Dawn of Hope combo. Now drawing 2 cards a turn for the rest of the game. All it takes is effectively for us to have a 2-mana sink. I mean, yeah, sure, why not? Debated whether or not to let them have the cards, but I guess it's a bit early to let them do that. Wow, no lands. Okay. Could be losing to ourselves. This is how this deck loses. Opponent doesn't do anything either, though. Looks like it's going for an end-stepped risk factor there. Okay, so we make our land drop. Pretty good. We're almost back to our starting life total, so in terms of like actual damage, let's dump. This isn't going to be a Banefire game. Let's just dump that now. This is going to be a Dawn of Hope win. There's a risk factor. So they've got 5 cards in hand. So I'm going to decline this because there's no way in hell, right, that they can add enough to this board that threatens me. So I do not want to take damage here. They'll discard to hand size, which reduces the effectiveness. They've got Zalfrin Voids in there. Alright. That says to me there's no Chain Whirlers, at the very least. I was really hoping they wouldn't hit land drop there, but they did, so whatever. Okay, we're going to decline this draw, because what we can actually do is play our land drop, and we can go 1, 2, 3. Oops, no. 3. Gift of Paradise. On this land, gains us 3 life, and then we can pay 2 to draw a card. Holy hell yeah. And we're almost now at exactly where we want to be. This mono red deck, I have no idea what the hell they have in it. Wow, it's a squee. Good job we have Ixalan's bindings in here. I am probably going to go dig for one, so let's go do that. We're getting squeed. What a way to end this particular matchup. Alright, we're going to be discarding down to 7 if I don't play anything here, so let's just Gift of Paradise, I guess. Keep gaining life. And you know what, I will draw. I have plenty in this hand that I could be happy to discard anyway. So our enchantment's never going to go anywhere, so we might as well discard the extra one. These don't really stack in a way that I care about. Some matchups you might want to have the extra draw off the trigger, but I'd sooner have the Fountain of Renewals gaining us life to trigger it instead. Havoc Devils, okay. But yeah, like we're negating the squee with the 2 fountains here. Let's draw for the turn. Star of Extinction, cool. So let's play Fountain. And Kick to grow from the ashes. Let's get red and red. So we actually don't have any red basics right now, which is interesting. And there we go, we got our treasure map. Upkeep Scries. Still digging for the Ixalan's binding for the squee. We're at 26 though, against mono red. This kind of looks like a starter big red kind of thing. Which is interesting, because it managed to make its way all the way to the top of this league. So I'm not gonna judge it too early. Skizik. Alright. Fun card. Down to 15. Let's gain a metric ton of life. Another Settle Wreckage. They're making 1 drop a turn, which has me confused as to what they could actually have in here. I don't need this extra Settle the Wreckage though, I've already got 4 Boardwipes. I don't even know what I want, to be honest. I guess it's literally just Ixalan's binding. Ah! Get some life. But yeah, we will wipe at least once here. It won't take care of squee, but it'll do the rest of the job. Cleansing Nova, okay. Draw for the turn. Gift of Paradise. So 1, 2, 3. Gift of Paradise here. And we're back up to 20. Decline. It's probably a better way we could have done this, to be honest. But here we are. Huge mana sink. We're going to settle them big time. Specifically if they're going with the Havoc Devils and Skizik. Maybe even a little bit more than that. There's Alpha and Void. Okay. The Voids make me think this might be big red. There's also some expensive stuff here, which makes me think it might be a budget thing. Squee's just... Who wouldn't run Squee, right? Squee's the greatest of all time. So what do you do now, sir or madam? Swings? Just taking 5? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll block. Ping off Squee. And then block Skizik for a little bit. I don't need the card draw. I don't need to pressure my opponent with damage just yet. We're almost at that point now where we can just produce enough tokens off Dawn of Hope to pick anything off. Actually, we're probably already there now, if I'm being honest. So we're going to stop drawing cards. Other than Squee, we don't really need Ixalan's binding, so it's kind of just messing about at this point. But yeah, like the first token can take down Squee. We'll be just fine. We will still upkeep Scry though. There's no reason to have completely terrible draws. Deafening Clarion's a pretty good one. Okay, so yeah, it's like Deafening Clarion, when they play Squee, we'll Dawn of Hope it. So our only worry at this stage is Banefire, and I think we're well out of range of that ever being a problem. So go to main, wipe the board. Everything's gone. It's all dead. It's all dead, everybody. Oh my god. Alright. They could have end-stepped risk factors there. I don't think they realise it's instant speed. I guess actually they'll be discarding to hand size more than likely though if I let them draw, which I probably will do at this stage. We'll wait until end step after they've played all of their creatures and then we'll start pinging them off with Dawn of Hope tokens. Depending on, of course, what they play. So we all want to hit things we can actually kill, preferably. So there's Skizzik. So that's one. Yeah, we can only make 2 tokens here, but we can make 2 tokens and double block to ensure that it dies. Just in case they have a burn spell. If they have 2, then of course that's totally fine, but there's really no downside for them to push through like that. Or no downside for us to lose our creatures. It's not a blowout, is the point I'm getting at. Down 16. Going up to 18. When do they scoop? Find out next year. So is this going to be squee? Or is this going to be risk factor? If it's risk factor, I will take the damage. If it's squee, we will kill it with Dawn of Hope. Okay. Dump in Lava Coil. Take your damage. I kind of want to keep them pinched on cards. Not that it really makes too much of a difference. Ooh, a Banefire. That speeds up the clock, but I mean Dawn of Hope's already our clock, so I think I'll just take land drops to increase Dawn of Hope's ability. And no draws. Don't need them. You know the game's over when Dawn of Hope is refused as card draw and you are not pressuring your opponent. Pass the turn. So it's time to start using Dawn of Hope aggressively now to close out the game. They can X7 or X8 us if they make a land drop with Banefire. That is quite a lot. With the right chaining together, that could work. What is this thing? Barging Sergeant. Okay. Take action. This is for the 5 and 1, I might add, so... Repeating Barrage. Okay. Down to 7. And time to start making tokens and gaining life. 3 tokens a turn. Pretty good. Gain 2 life, and then gain another 3 later. Star of Extinction's kind of cool, but unnecessary. Game's not... Actually, technically, it's not over. There is a combination of cards that could pressure us enough to not allow us to survive this. So what does this Repeating Barrage need to do? Only if you've attacked with a creature this turn. Alright. There's a Verix kicked. That's pretty cool. I like that interaction. 2 creatures for double Pandemonium. Not bad. Let's make some tokens. Ping off the non-token. Don't think it makes a difference, but here we are. Ping. Good game. And I mean, we'd lose all of our treasures to do 1 more ping, but I think it's worth it. Let's take care of that Verix. There we go. Because I don't really want to wipe the board. I have a Settle the Wreckage for this other token. If he dares to come at me. So gain 5. And I think that is officially GG. Coming on in. No draws. Won't want to deck myself. If you draw too much, then that definitely can happen. If I don't play anything, I am going to have to discard, so I'll just play a treasure map, I guess. There we go. They can't really afford to attack it anymore. Though I expect my opponent's going to do it anyway. Yeah. Why are they not replaying Squee? Demanding Dragon. I will sacrifice a creature. Yes, okay. Another cool interaction, I guess. It's a 2-for-1 for 5 mana. There's Squee. Pings off a token. So we will Dawn of Hope, ping off Squee, and then just Dawn of Hope for the sake of Dawn of Hoping. Doesn't matter where we place this, it's not going to kill anything. There we are. And my turn. Gain some life. More lands. More lands is actually the best draw we could have. Swing. You get 1 block, they take 4. This turn is going to be dedicated to my favourite Boardwipe, Settle the Wreckage. But we're at 22, so it doesn't really matter. They can do whatever they want, this game is over. I can produce far more creatures than they ever can in a single turn, so we are always going wide on them. We're always going to be able to attack around their creatures. They have no lifelink. They have no way of pressuring 22 damage in a single turn anymore, which is what they needed to win. Some fun little interactions, though. It has a few little budget options that I probably wouldn't include, but, you know. 4 mana, 5/3. Pretty good at trading. This Verix for a 2-for-1. We've also got the Demanding Dragon as a 2-for-1 as well there. It's not bad. It's not bad. The unfortunate side effect, though, is that I'm not running any creatures worth hitting with any of this stuff, so... It's, yeah. The actual value is lost on me. Because who needs to play by the rules? Not me. Are we getting salty roped? It looks like it. Oh, I thought they'd good gamed us because they were a good sport. I don't want to emote spam a your go though. I feel like we've been the very trolly aggressor this game. I mean, I've only wiped the board once this entire game. It's a good example of why you don't need like 17 different board wipes in your deck to actually effectively use a board wipe to gain advantage here. I only had to use one to actually win this game. But that wouldn't be the point of board wipe tribal now, is it, if I didn't actually just include an absurd amount of board wipes. That being said, of course, the more board wipes you do include, the increased likelihood of having them in your opening hand and drawing them, so... I'm not saying only run one Deafening Clarion, because one's all you'll need. I'm just saying you don't have to put 17 in your deck in order to get that effect. Looks like my opponent has quit the game. That's fair enough. I have that effect on people on occasion. So let's just start pinging off these tokens. I think I've got the mana for this. Yeah, just about. And the treasure. There we go. Unfortunately, this puts them at 1. And there's nothing I can really do about that now, is there? Another fountain. Okay. Swing. GG! Boom! Alright. Time for our reward screen. Here we go! Oh my god. Yeah, this deck is insane in Pandemonium. So we get our ICR, which is a Memorial to Genius. Not a terrible card overall. We actually also got our 5-1. Pretty good. Let's claim the prize, shall we? We got a Repeating Barrage. Spoils of War. Good stuff. Is this card any good? I suppose there may be a fringe use for this card, but for the most part, not really. It's certainly no, what was the Origins card that was uncounterable if you had Spell Mastery? It's certainly none of that. But, yeah. pretty good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'll even open up a pack while I do my end spiel. If you did enjoy today's episode, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more stuff like this in the future. If you do enjoy me doing these events, that's a great way to encourage me to do it a little bit further. Support on the channel means a lot to me, so thank you very much. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Be sure to take this deck through the Pandemonium event if you get time. It includes basically a lot of standard staples anyway, because you really do, if you are playing most decks, you need a few board wipes here and there, so you're really not wasting any wild cards building this deck, to be honest. So maybe the 4 Banefires are unnecessary. You could run a little bit less. Dawn of Hope and Fountain of Renewal, this exact count here is pretty good as it stands. Ideally, you probably want 3 Dawn of Hopes, maybe 4, but yeah, this builds a deck all on its own. You got your board wipes, and then of course your Ixalan's Bindings are solid answers to most things in the format right now. So anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.